Welcome to Capturing the Magic of Buttons, the National Button Society's series of button craft tutorials. This tutorial features two button boxes, a silver painted one and a white painted one. The National Button Society is providing this and other button craft tutorials on its National Button Society Button Creativity YouTube channel in response to its members' increased interest in using their non-collectible buttons in artistic ways. Visit nationalbuttonsociety.org to see more about what membership offers you. The transformation of this paper mache box to a lovely gift or collectibles box is surprisingly easy to do. The items you need to do this project are a round paper mache box about 7¼ inches round, a pencil, craft quality buttons, tacky glue or E6000 glue, braid trim, and that's optional, and Rust-Oleum type Craft and Hobby bright metallic silver spray paint. Now let's get started on step 1. Your first step is to mark how far the lid comes down. Put the lid on and use a pencil to draw underneath the lid edge to show how far up on the box you can glue buttons. If you go above this line, the buttons will keep the lid from closing correctly. Step 2 is to gather your craft buttons. Pick a variety of sizes with at least 3 very large ones. You can use a mix of plastic and metal. The colors do not matter. You will be spray painting all of them. Step 3 is to start gluing your buttons to the box. I planned the placement of the buttons in 3 sections. Each of the 3 sections feature one large button as the centerpiece. It is then surrounded by smaller buttons. When you have finished gluing all of your buttons on the box, as in photo 1, you can add dimension to the box by adding a second layer of buttons here and there. In step 5, draw a line of glue across the outer edge of the lid. Carefully lay your braid or trim on the glue line, trying to center it as much as possible. Once it is dry, add as many buttons to the side as you'd like. When everything you have added to the box is dry, it is time to transform your buttons and box with the silver paint. I found the coverage this specific paint provided was exceptional. It only took 2 coatings. I decided to add a knob made of buttons to the box top. I glued 8 buttons of graduating sizes together. They are resting on 4 large buttons and are surrounded by more buttons in a simple pattern. I let everything dry and then sprayed it all with a couple coats of paint. The braid took the paint quite well. The next few slides will quickly show you how I made the white box. I bought this square box at a thrift store. It's about 7 by 7. To do this project, you'll need a box, craft quality buttons, puffy butterfly embellishments, tacky glue or E6000 glue, category 6 wire, and a can of Rust-Oleum type Craft and Hobby white spray paint. The box I used is the middle one in the photo in the upper right. It has a pretty bird design on it already, but I wanted another button box, so I decided to transform it. This time I chose mostly plastic buttons and some with designs on them. I started by gluing them on 2 opposing sides of the box. As you can see in the second photo, as on the first box, I put on a second layer of buttons. Next, I trimmed around the butterfly shapes to make the shapes more distinct. I glued the butterflies on first, making sure they were below the lid line. Then I added 2 layers of buttons. I finished by turning the box to the opposite side and repeating the process. You can, of course, use butterflies on all 4 of the sizes and the top if you want. After the glue dried, I sprayed the white paint on the box. Here's a mistake I made that I'm telling you about so you don't do the same. I first used thrift store quality white spray paint on this pattern box, and it didn't hide the bird designs at all. So be sure to buy a quality spray paint, which I had to do to finish my project. For the lid, I created a pattern across the box and a little handle. The handle is made of 2 large buttons on either side and 3 small buttons in the middle. The 5 buttons are strung together on category 6 wire, which is the kind of wire you use to mount your buttons, and only the 2 larger buttons are glued down. This leaves the 3 buttons in the middle loose so you can use it as a handle. Everything is spray painted white to finish the box. And here are the finished boxes again. Of course, you can design your box any way you like. We'd love to see what you create. Please send us photos of your work to creative@nationalbuttonsociety.org. We hope you enjoyed the National Button Society's button box tutorial. Please think about donating to the National Button Society through our website to help us continue our outreach. For more button craft ideas, button education, and information on state button societies and local clubs, visit nationalbuttonsociety.org. Also look for us on Facebook and on YouTube at National Button Society Button Creativity. Thanks. Bye now.